Yay. What up, y'all? I have to go do something. Ooh, I don't know which one it is. Is it this one? Yep. What? Hold on. That's not it. That's not it at all. Yo, what's good? Oh shit, hold on. I ain't studying these crows. All right, what's good with you? It's all goody as long as I get up. What's happening? What's happening? He dropped for the delay. What's going on, man? Well, I thought y'all was I thought something happened to your boy. I'm good. I had to go had to put my clothes on though before I got activated. I was like, should I do it before or after? And I was like, oh, let me go on and get dressed before I delay it some more. Yeah. What's good with y'all though, man? I'm excited. Excited to talk about this. Should be very interesting times. Very, very interesting. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it is Wednesday. I don't know which one is which. There we go. Yeah. Thanks, Nina. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to, Ellie. We gonna make it do what it do today. I'm on it. Don't worry, I'm on it. I'm on it today. There we go. All right. Oh man, there go my fan. Yep, that's what I want him to say. That's an interesting take. How did feminism do that? If the women are in the kids' lives, who's in the kids' lives then? Oh man. L perspective, definitely. Come up, brother. Oh, you at work? Oh, okay. It's all good. You can work from the outside. Go on and work from the outside, man. Uh, I don't know, but I want to find out. Name one problem. Name one problem that feminism is responsible for. That's what I want to know. Name a problem that feminism is responsible for. Can tap, but can't yap. Exactly, Will. Exactly. Exactly. Exactamundo. They love that. They be loving that. They be loving the tap, but not yet. Took them out of the house, but they bash women for being single mothers. Did feminism take women? Wanting to be equal to men. Okay. How is that? Can you explain that point? Yeah, I know, Kelly. You good? Can you explain that point, Mr. Aaron, the car president? I don't know. Why do y'all be so nervous to come up? I don't know. I don't be understanding. If you got muted, you are more than welcome to come up and have the discussion. I don't mute people because I don't want to hear what they have to say. I actually mute people because I want to hear what they have to say. I just want them to have the discussion with me as opposed to in the comments. Because I think it's weird. What's up, Aaron? What's good with you, man? I'm good, fam. I'm good, man. Hold on, let me get my mic right for you so everybody can hear you. All right. All right, go ahead, brother. I'm listening. Why you say repeat your statement?
No, I just said that they wanted to be equal to men.
And how was that a problem?
I'm not saying that it is. I'm going to say this as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they believe the fact that men and women are created equal, even though we are human beings,
Mm-hmm.
and that's understandable. But the way things go about with men
Mm-hmm.
and women, it just will not be equal.
What is equality? What do you mean when you say women think men are equal? What do you think that they mean or they think?
Wait, say that one more time, sir.
I said, when you say women think that men and women are equal, what do you think that they mean?
You remember back in the days, right?
Okay.
Like I said, the 1940s and 1950s.
I was not there.
Huh? Oh.
I wasn't there. I ain't that old. I was born in 1982. You said, do I remember back in the day? No, I thought you were gonna say the 90s. You said the 40s. I don't remember. I wasn't there. But go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but back then, like when feminism started,
it started before that. It started like 80 years before that. But go ahead. I'm listening.
80 years before 1940.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But go ahead. That was like second, third wave. That might have been second wave feminism in the 40s. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, sure. I see somebody put that my grandma said that the men were worse than ever back then.
Yeah, they were. I think they were. But what are you getting at though? What are you getting at? Let me hear.
It's just that back in those times, like you said, it's way before 1940. So I'm gonna go there then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that at the times where the men were the women who had to stay home.
They had to stay home. Okay.
Yeah, they had to stay home, take care of the children and everything. What they wanted to do when they started that, I just believe that they wanted to prove that they were equal to men because they're human beings just like we are.
Okay, so
that's just my idea of it, you know.
Yeah. So you think that, because you said something interesting. You said when women had to stay at home. So you acknowledge that women were forced to do something that maybe a lot of them didn't want to do?
Well, see, I see what you're about saying forced. I'm not going to say forced.
Well, you said forced. You said forced. I didn't. They were forced, but you said forced though.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just said it.
Yeah, you said it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I did say that.
Yeah, but they were forced though. So you should stick with that. Don't change it up now. You said it. Yeah. You said it for a reason because you know that they were actually forced, right? So.
And that's why they wanted to stand their ground and said that they wanted to be. They started that because they wanted to prove that they were equal to men.
So the black people The reason why we wanted to be free from slavery was because we wanted to prove that we were equal to white people?
You can say that, yeah.
You think that that's the reason why we wanted to be freed from being slaves, was just so we could prove that we were equal to white people?
Well, let me backtrack.
Okay, please. Okay.
Let me backtrack.
Okay.
Whew. You asked an interesting question, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, that part, well, that's a good question you asked, because, see, I know how most people think about it, but what I believe is they just want to be, black people just want to be on their own terms. I do love that you asked that question, because, you know,
when you say they want to be on their own terms, you mean they wanted to be free, right? They wanted to have autonomy. They wanted to have control over what they did or didn't want to do, correct?
Well, I believe that all black people just wanted to be on their own. Because think about what Martin Luther King had to
but that's autonomy. I know. I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that's autonomy. That's freedom, right? Like, it had nothing to do with trying to prove anything to white people. It was, they just wanted the freedom to live and die the way that they wanted to live and die, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Like what Malcolm X wanted.
Okay, cool. So now, let's go back to women. You think that the only reason why women wanted to get free from men, and what the reason, because they're not free from men today, but the reason why women want to get free from men is solely so that they can prove that men and women are equal? To who? Who do they want to prove that to? You don't think that they already think that they're equal to me? I mean, saying people are equal, no, me and you aren't equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, men aren't equal. So, you know what I mean? Like you're superior to me in certain things, and but you know what I mean? What are we talking about when we say superior or inferior? When we talk about inferiority, we're talking about policies. We're talking about the way people are treated, not what people feel about themselves. We're talking about the way people are treated. So yeah, women want to be treated similarly to the way that men are treated when it comes to freedom, when it comes to autonomy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the problem with that?
That's pretty interesting that you said that. Because, well, the thing is, when we have this conversation, you know, if I did say that, correct me if I'm wrong. I am not really trying to say that it is a actual problem with that. Because I've been watching you say that people want to be treated as human beings.
Well, the question, but wait, Aaron, the question is, name a problem that feminism is responsible for. And you said the thought that women think that men and women are equal. So you are literally framing it as if it's a problem. And when I asked you to state your case as to what makes it problematic, you said because women used to be forced to be in the home and raise the kids, and now they're not. So I've been trying to figure out, how is that problematic?
I do see where you're going with that.
Uh-huh.
But no, I know. Like I said, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Where you're going with that. So.
But what do you think about that, though? Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, how are you processing that right now? Like, what does that sound like to you? When I frame it in that way, does it sound like a problem? Does that sound problematic still? Or does it just sound like human nature? Like, yeah, we all want to be free, right?
It sounds like human nature, because we all want to be free.
Yeah.
And we all want to be free of the things that binds us and controls us to this very day. And that goes for both sides.
Yeah.
And we want to be free from that. And that's how I feel.
When you say both sides, you're talking about men and women, right? So what are some of the things what are some of the ways in which men are bound or restricted? There are ways, by the way. It's not a trick question. There are ways. I just want to know what are the ways that you observe.
I don't want to say no. because I don't want to say nothing. Cause
say what you want to say. Say what you can say. I'm with it. What are you thinking?
As of right now, I can't come up with I'm trying to think of an actual answer, but I don't want to say wrong answer.
No, it's not a wrong. I promise you, I'm not trying to trap you or trick you. I'm literally just, I like the conversation. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is cool. I just want to know, in what ways? Because I think that's a fair statement to make, that men want to be free as well. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you think is hindering men, right? What is restricting, or how are we restricted? That's what I want to know through your lens, through what, from your perspective. How are men restricted?
I feel like how men are restricted. It's just that is how they. You mean as of today, right?
Today, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. As of right now, how men are restricting themselves is because of how.
Oh, wait, go back. You said what? How men are what?
You said restricted.
You said how men are what?
Restricted,
no. You said that they are restricting themselves, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to be clear. I was trying to get there. You beat me to it, because you know that men restrict themselves, right?
In some way, shape, or form, yes.
Yeah, only men restrict themselves. Women don't restrict us from doing anything, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool.
Because men are men, and we got to do our job as men, and we have to do our part as a man to help out.
No, but we're restricted. That's not a part of our. You're saying our job is to restrict one another?
No. Our job is to do what we have to do as a man, as far as just life itself.
Okay.
Not restricting ourselves.
Yeah, but man. Yeah, but my point is, Aaron, we restrict ourselves, and we are restricting women, correct?
Is that what you were getting at, right?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. I'm saying we restrict ourselves, and we are restricting women, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me go back to the prompt.
Yes.
How is feminism a problem? Mm-hmm.
That's the best I could come up with at that point.
Okay.
But I see what you're going with too,
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we had this conversation. I mean, I just want to bring my viewpoints out and, have a mature conversation, because I'm telling you right now, most people cannot have a mature conversation to save their lives.
A lot of people can't, definitely, around these topics.
As you see, I joined you.
Yeah, I'm no problem. Aaron, I appreciate it. I respect it. That's why I liked the conversation, because I feel like it's like you were processing this in real time, and that's fine. And you were allowing yourself to process it. But most people don't. You know what I'm saying? Most people just get combative or whatever, and you didn't become combative, right? Now, I don't know. Let me ask you, so I don't make an assumption. What have you learned anything from this exchange?
I've learned a lot.
Okay, like what? Give me the number one thing that you the biggest takeaway.
No, I just learned that that us men.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who talked to me about this too.
Okay, was it a man or a woman?
He told me, a man.
It was a man that talked to you about this. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he told me that a lot of men have serious problems, but they don't want to admit it.
Okay.
Because they always want to blame the women.
Yep.
Blame the women all the time.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of things. Well, but most don't want to reflect on themselves.
And how did you take that when you heard that? What did you think about that when you heard it?
I took it like a man, and I took it like a man.
Well, you wouldn't have took it like a man, because you just said that, according to your friend, men don't take accountability. They usually deflect. You didn't take it as a man, actually, because if you took, men don't take that type of information lightly. We become combative, and we deflect, and we start blaming everybody else.
I did not become combative.
Yeah.
I don't combat nobody.
Exactly. So you didn't become combative, but did you agree with what he said? Like after you processed it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's what I'm saying. So you are, I mean, you can learn. You can, you know what I mean? We all can learn, but I feel like you're more receptive than most people. And I feel like that's healthy. I think you should continue to be that way. Nothing's wrong with that. And yeah, just continue to listen and whatnot and grow and learn and have the conversation. Don't ever be afraid to have the conversation. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to it. Yeah, don't ever be afraid to have the conversation. Ain't nothing to it, but to have it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that in here, I would think that, or what I want you to walk away with is understanding that men are our worst enemy, first and foremost, but also we are the enemy of everybody else. We're the enemy of women. We're the enemy of children. Like we are the oppressive class, right? We belong to the oppressive group of people. So it's going to be on us to change it, right? Like we have to change it. And feminism is, to me, in my studies, it is the best vehicle in which to address these issues through the lens of feminism. Like that's how you cure it, right? Like feminism is the best cure that I've seen thus far. Now, if we can come up with a different cure, a better cure, fine, I'm with it. But feminism being the belief that women, and children all deserve protection and deserve to live an equitable life, a healthy and equitable and fair life, then yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, that's what feminism is. So that's the approach that I want to take, right? Now, I don't know about you. I don't know if that's your goal. Like, what is your goal? Do you want to see women back in the kitchen? You think that our society was better when women were forced to be stay-at-home mothers?
Oof. I said to you asked me, do I think society was better when they were forced?
Yeah, because you mentioned the 1940s. So, I think you kind of romanticize the past, but I'm trying to figure out, why do you romanticize the past? What about that era is appealing to you? Is it that women were subjugated and they were forced to be in the kitchen?
Well, I'm just believe that.
You just believe what?
I just believe that. Correct me when I'm wrong when I say this. Correct me.
Okay.
I just believe. I wasn't. If I came off this way, correct me. Okay. I really wasn't trying to say things were much better in the past.
Yeah.
Especially because of what Black people went through as a whole.
Yeah, you remove Black people from this scenario right now. We're talking about men and women, right? So because Black women were also, even though they worked, they still didn't have many rights and they were very restricted. And Black men played a part in that, a huge role in that. So, it doesn't have to be, we don't have to look at it or separate race at this point. We can just talk about men and women. So, do you think that society was better in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, whatever, because women were forced to be at home?
No.
Okay. And why wasn't? Okay. Go ahead.
No, because I know when we first started, and I did go to the past.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't trying to say society was better at that time at all. Never had ever thought that in my life.
Okay.
My whole point was like when I said earlier that women wanted to prove that they were wanted to say, like I told you earlier, that women wanted to prove that they could do things just like men can do.
Uh-huh.
That was my whole point. And then, you two responded back, and then,
And why is that important? Like, let's say that's the case. Why would that be important? What would be the end game there? for women?
That they wanted to be treated as human beings?
Yeah. So women wanted to prove to men that they can do the same things that men can do, so that men would they would earn the respect of men, which would give them a level of protection, right? Because the more a person respects you, the less likely they are to harm you. So even if that were the case, even if women just wanted to prove to men that they could do the same thing, like that would be the reason why they were doing it. It wouldn't be just, you know what I'm saying, because they think men are, the opinions of men is so important. It's because they're like, look, bro, I could do the same fucking job. Give me the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need money too. I deserve, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it was about, right?
And that's understandable. But here's the thing. Why is it that women should earn, and I feel this way, like I've been thinking this my whole life.
Okay.
Why should they even have to earn the respect of men?
Mm-hmm.
I believe respect should be mutual. I believe respect should be a mutual thing.
Yeah.
You know, we were taught as children, we were taught as kids that respect should be a mutual thing.
Okay.
Respect should be mutual.
And
okay. Like I said, we were taught that as kids. Why should it be earned? Should learn how to treat people with respect. Like it should be a common thing. It should be a common thing.
Okay.
Like when you said women should earn the respect of men, but I'm saying why should they have to? Why would they have to earn it? And because what you say, and you would agree with this,
yeah,
that people should be treated as human beings.
Yeah,
respect should be a common thing, and that should be natural.
Yeah, but the reason why men don't respect women is because not because women have proven to not be able to do certain tasks or whatever. It's because men are misogynistic, and we've been conditioned to not believe in women. I mean, or to not trust women and think that we're taught that women are not equal to us and they can't do the same things as us, and men are better because we have a penis. Like that's what most men believe, and that's what all men have been taught. Whether we believe it or not is one thing, but all men have been taught that, right? So asking, yeah, I agree that we all should respect each other, but men don't respect women. Men don't respect anybody. Men don't respect men either, but they don't respect women though, for sure.
He said men don't respect anybody.
No, they don't respect men either. We just got there talking about how men subjugate other men. You know what I'm saying? So they obviously don't respect men either.
Oh man, but it's just, and like what you said, like they believe because of what men are and everything, and like I believe they shouldn't do that to them just because they're known as the dominant gender, and they shouldn't treat them that way just because.
So you think that women and men are? Do you think that women and men are equal, or do you don't think men and women are equal?
I knew you were going to ask me that question. It was all going to come down to it. There are some people that there's some people that say that they're not equal. Okay. There's some that they are.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah. You said there's some people that
there's some men who think that they're the podcast that we've been seeing. I am going to answer your question.
Yeah.
But there's some who said that men and women are not equal, especially the podcast people. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They've been bottom for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
2-3 years. They said men and women are not equal.
Where do you think they got it from? Because they didn't come up with that concept. Where do you think they got it from?
You talking about the Red Pill podcasters?
Yeah. Where do you think they got that from? Because they didn't invent that thought.
They're the ones who taught them that.
Mm-hmm.
Gave them that thought.
Who taught them that? What's the biggest source of that, of that thought process? Like where can you go to? Who teaches that? Who pushes that agenda? Other men? Yeah. But more specifically, the government. It comes straight from the top. It comes straight from the top. Right? It comes from the government. It comes from big business, CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, and so on and so forth. Like, and then it just goes down and down and down and down and down until everyday regular men start to say the same stupid shit and start to believe the same stuff. Yeah, religion, same thing. So yeah, it's not like I'm not, Red Pill podcasts and Red Pillars are definitely dangerous, but the group of people who are the most dangerous, I want to be clear, are the people making policies and the people who are hiring and firing and the people who are admitting people into colleges and, and the people who are, who wear badges and the people who wear, gowns, judge gowns and stuff like that. Like those are the people who really push this agenda the most, and they're the most harmful, right? Some loudmouth dude on the internet is terrible as well, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely, your local magistrate. That's, like he's terrible. That's the real problem we got to get to.
And that's also because those, what you just named, like people who have badges, the judges, all that stuff, it's male dominated. So you are correct about that.
Yeah.
And that makes perfect sense. And like you said, it starts from the top, from the government, the people who are in office, the Congress, which are male dominated, like the judges, male dominated, people with badges, male security guards, all those things that you named is male, is
men.
It's male heavy. So you are, so that would make sense.
And it's okay. It's not, the thing is because it's a system of oppression that's in place. Even when women are there, they tend to act very similarly, right? Like, think of, like if Kamala Harris would have became president, it's not like we would have become like a gynocentric society, as men like to say. Like, just because she was the president, she still would have been dropping bombs on people. She still, women still would have been making 87 cents on the dollar to every man. You know what I mean? Like it would, nothing there would have changed just because she was president. So it does, because the system is set up in such a way that an individual can't change it. It's not possible. So it's going to take the collective to change the system, to change the to change the majority. It's going to take a smaller group of people to change the system, to change a larger group of people, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that I think everything is all good here. I'm asking this question.
Yep.
Most men you invite to your lives and everything, they've been combative and stuff. They just go back and forth, like,
oh yeah,
like getting mad and stuff.
Yeah, the vast majority of men, unless they agree, off the rip, they
even if I agree or disagree, I'll never get mad. I'll never snap on nobody. I'll never curse nobody out.
That's good.
I'm a respectful human being. I'm a respectful human being. My mama raised me to respect everybody. That's the way I am.
Okay. Yeah, we love that.
I'll never get mad at nobody. Agree or disagree, I'll never get mad at nobody.
We love the respectful kings over here. You're good. You good in my book as far as that's concerned. Like I said, the conversation has been fair. You know what I mean? And they could go way better than it. We not better than this, but they, the conversation that I have with most men could go similarly to this one if men were actually receptive. Now, I don't know how much you are actually digesting, but like I said, at the very least, you're not being combative. So I gotta respect that and I appreciate it. Let's go. I think TK wanted to say something real quick.
I got one more thing.
Go ahead, bro.
A woman named Kate put, respect is only towards power and success. Housekeeping women only gets compliments.
All right.
Hey, what's up, TPO? Hi, Aaron.
What up?
How are you?
Finally getting up here. YouTubes, go ahead and do the thing. I'm not gonna be over there hounding y'all. Y'all need to go ahead and push that like button. Stop playing. Aaron, how are you today?
Good. How are you, ma'am?
Not a ma'am, but thank you. So I wanted to say, I was kind of late to the conversation, so I apologize if you already have spoken on it. But I wanted to know, do you Did you come from a single household, a single parent household by chance?
Nope.
You got both parents, correct?
Correct. My mom and dad were there.
Now, what I want to know is, do you respect your mother?
Yes.
You show respect.
I show respect. I'd be very nice. I'd be very, which is the bare minimum, what you should. And, I love and appreciation for everything she does for me throughout the year. Without her, I wouldn't be here. Without her, I wouldn't know where I would be at. I would lose my mind.
Of course.
Wouldn't know where I would be at today without her.
And your father's been in your life consistently, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What I want to know is, do you respect your father?
Yes, I do.
And how do you show him respect?
Same thing. Same applies.
But it's not the same, is it? Because we all can say that women and men are different. Men from Mars, women from Venus, women nag, men whatever. But what I want to know is, you do believe the way that white people and black people have said separate but equal, correct?
Yes.
So it's possible to have separate but the same respect, but treated separately at the same time.
You mean the same respect?
To be treated, I guess, the same, even though they provide different things, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to know, because I relate to what you have been, parented by parents. And what most people don't understand is, when you have a single parent household, one parent has to go to work. And in most cases, collectively in America, it is the single mother. So if the mom has to provide for her kids in the 1940s, which most black people they couldn't afford to stay at home with the kids, because if the man leaves, she has to either find another man to marry to provide for her and her kids, which most men probably do not want to do, or he has to go to work, which is a typical thing. I think feminism have given us the benefit. Children have benefited, because when that single mother has to go to work and provide the house, she's not to nurture, but to be able to those kids, which would have been mandated, or the kids taken away. I think that's also the positive feminism that men do not take into account, because when they say kicked out of the home, it has to be your house first of all to kick out. But if she's providing for her kids and the guy's not in the picture, that is feminism. You would benefit from feminism if your mom even decided to go to work in a married relationship. The option to be able to go to work, to do the smaller jobs, or even for savings, the mom would still have the option to be able to do her hobbies and stuff outside of parenting, cooking and cleaning. I'm just adding extra stuff here. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, I think a lot of men see the benefits for their mother. When it comes to feminism, they just see how bad it is for the man side.
Mm. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making any sense. I apologize.
No, you do. I hear exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And that is true. They only see the benefits. They only see how it hurts the dad, right? But it doesn't hurt. Yeah, but and then the thing is even then it doesn't hurt the dad, because if the dad is not solely responsible for all of the finances, then he has more time to spend with the kids, and he has more free. You know what I mean? He has less on his plate, and he can be less stressed, and things of that nature. So it ultimately benefits the man too. But we ignore that.
And also, when it comes to feminism, in most cases, when we say human, we think man first. Mm-hmm. And we never regard the woman counterparts when we say man in our laws and in a lot of our researches and in the medical field. So when we define who we see as human is a man, that is what feminism came from, is we also are part of that as well.
Yeah.
But we're not mentioned.
That's first.
We're not even considered. It's not a consideration in medical fields, researches, even for ADHD surveys and stuff. Most boys it's more cut for boys than it is for young girls. Mm. And there's so many things that guys don't have to care or research that we would have to on our side in order to teach you guys, because you guys are not willing to look at what's going on the counterpart side. That's what I wanted to say.
You can respond, Aaron, if you want to.
Okay. No, I thought.
Good.
But what I'm gonna say before I leave here is I just wish that now things just get better and people just start treating women better, and women start treating men better too, as well, on both ends. I just wish that people start treating people more better than here and now. I want people to come together, be nice to each other, and treat people as human beings. That's all I really want. That's it.
How do women treat men poorly?
You mean kind, not nice. Kind.
Yeah. But how do
nice are different? Am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm talking. You meet her. Okay.
But how are women? Because you said that you want both men and women to treat each other better. How are women treating poorly?
Basically, what you're asking is like you're saying all women treat people treat men good.
No.
Am I correct?
No, because we're talking about the way that you framed it was in general. So we're talking about most women. How do most women, right? You want women to treat women to treat men better, right? But I'm trying to figure out, how do women treat men poorly? Hey, Mike, ready? Oh, there you go.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Hold on. Aaron was in the middle of something, but I was going to tell you were cycling, so I didn't know if you needed to do something to make it up. But go ahead.
I just believe that here's my theory. Now you did say most, and I see what you did because I said I put it in general.
Yeah, in general means most. Yeah.
And, like some, because I'm talking about from what I've seen.
Uh-huh.
For what I've seen, because there are some women who don't treat men good, or there are some men who don't treat women good. It goes both ways.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I think that's false, because again, you just got done talking about a whole system of oppression that men perpetuate against other men and women. So it doesn't go both ways. It only goes one way.
Aaron, do you know what femicide is?
The femicide, technically the eradication of women, if that's the best. That's correct.
Yes, you're correct. Which is the highest? It's in its highest. The last it was a few years ago for every hour for women, specifically Black women who were unalived. What I want to know is, in most cases, do you know that it's men who do the most unaliving for women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So if it's males who are unaliving young boys before they hit college, if it's males who are also unaliving women at a higher rate, how is it both sides?
Let me see if I can frame this better, because I want us to come to all that mutual agreement.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's both sides equally. I did not mean to say both sides equally.
At all.
It goes both ways, but one is more than the other. You say like for men, it's dominant for the men because
we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that. It's like, again, it's like saying I think Black people should treat white people better. When we talk about so we're talking about racism, and imagine a Black person saying I think Black people should treat white people better. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? We're not perpetuating racism against white people. So I would never say that. I think that's a wild statement to make. The same way I think it's a wild statement to make to be like, Oh yeah, men and women. Like it's not women at all. Like it's important to remember that. It's not about it being like saying like women are perfect. That's not what we're saying. But saying that women are a part of the problem, like women are hurting men as a collective is false. And it's a slippery slope. I'm telling you, it's not a good thought. But I want Mike to go. Go ahead, Mike.
I believe that individuals should be also responsible for their actions, their behavior. And yes, of course, there is a system of patriarchy that oppresses both men and women alike, which no one can escape. But despite that, women can do harm as a collective to men.
How?
I'll give you an example. So take the issue of like paternity. So as a result of this, women are the only ones able to do.
What is the rate of what is the rate of paternity fraud?
Basically, I don't have the statistical analysis, but to me, one is one too many.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not sure.
But you're saying women as a collective again. So what is the rate of paternity fraud? What percentage of women are committing paternity fraud in this country? That's the question.
Well, basically, I don't have the stats on that.
I know, but guess though.
But there's a significance. So for last time I checked, it was about like 1 in 5 approximately.
No, not even.
Last time I checked.
Not even close.
What is it? Okay, what is it?
So about 2% of people get tested for paternity a year. About 2%, first and foremost, right? It couldn't be 1 in 5 right there. And out of the 2%, it is found that about 30 or in between about 35, 40% of the time, it results in the case being that the father is not, the perceived father, right? Which doesn't equate to paternity fraud, by the way, in every case. That's not paternity fraud, but it's just saying that in these cases, about 30 to 40% of the time, the father is come to find out to not be the father. But that's out of the 2% of people that get checked, right? So my next question to you would be, hold on, wait, yeah. My next question to you would be, do you have children? Do you have children? Yeah, okay. Did you get a paternity test?
Yeah.
You did? And what were the results?
The results that they were biologically mine.
Sure. Okay. So why did you get a paternity test?
Well, I just wanted to make absolutely certain that I was the biological father.
I'm saying.
I didn't tell anyone about it, by the way. I shouldn't even be speaking about it on the airwaves.
No, it's cool. So you just wanted to be sure. Okay. I have kids.
Yeah, absolutely certain.
Yeah. I have, now I don't know why that, whatever, but like I have kids, right? I would get in even if a paternity test was free, I wouldn't get it because it's a waste of time. Right? Like I'm 100% sure that both of my kids, 2 reasons. A, I'm 100% sure both of my kids are my kids. And B, it really don't even matter at this point because they're 9 and damn near 13. So even if I found out one of them wasn't biologically mine or whatever, I would still raise them as if they were my kids. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that the majority of the time when people get paternity tests, it is either court ordered or they have a suspicion to get a paternity test. Most people are not getting paternity tests simply because they want to quote unquote be absolutely sure, because most of us who are rational and logical are absolutely sure that our kids are our kids without us getting a paternity test. See what I'm saying? So basically when men go get paternity tests, it is a reason why they get it. So that is why that would actually reflect in the rates in which it is found out that the man actually isn't the father or whatever, right? Because you have a reason to suspect, you have a reason to think these aren't my kids. I have zero reason to suspect that my kids are my kids. I have zero, none, negative reason to suspect it. See what I'm saying? So if there is a reason why you're going to go get tested, mean that I expect those numbers to be higher. I do. It doesn't mean though that 40% of people in this country are 40% of fathers are not actually the biological fathers and they're raising kids. You see what I'm saying?
Basically, two out of the 40% or 30% are not the biological father. Now, it brings me to a question I'm really scared about.
Okay.
If or 40%, is that not like a sample size 2%? Because the point is,
no.
If that were to be carried out, the point I'm making is that we don't know. However, for me, it's one too many. And fundamentally, this is one example in which women can actually hurt men real badly.
Yeah, but that's not but that wasn't the question, Mike. The question wasn't name, because if that's the case, we can just start naming all types of random shit that women could do to me. I'm asking you, what do women actually do? Because and you saying one is one too many, that doesn't mean anything to me, to be honest with you. It's the numbers are minuscule. Like I said, they're 30% of 2% is minuscule. So I don't care that, like, I get it. It sucks, right? Whoever it happens to, but it's not the worst thing on the planet. Even at the end of the day, the thing that it hurts the most is a man's ego.
Okay, so basically,
I don't think that he actually knows how many women.
Hold on. I want him to finish. Go ahead, Mike.
How many women more?
Hold on, TK. Let Mike go. Go ahead, Mike. Y'all might have a delay. Go ahead, Mike.
So the point is, you've got 2%. And so basically, my concern is, if you were to take a paternity test, a DNA paternity test of, say, 100% of the men,
it would go down.
I mean, you don't know that.
I do know that. Hold on, wait. Hold on, Mike. You haven't studied this whatsoever. I'm telling you though, the numbers would go down because, like I've already pointed out, the reason why they went to go get the test to begin with is because they had a suspicion. So if you tested everybody who have no reason if you test 100% of men and children or whatever, and they have it would drop because the vast majority of people are not raising kids that aren't their own. That's what I'm saying. It would go down. It's already low as fuck. It would go lower than that though. It would go to like 0.001% of people in this country are actually being, you know what I'm saying? Like have committed paternity fraud. That's what I'm saying. And you're saying that I don't have a reason to believe that. I do. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, basically, the only way in which we could find out for certain is if we were to do a DNA paternity test on 100%. The only way that you could possibly find out. The mere fact, I mean, what I was looking for out of that 2%, I was looking for like out of 2%, 4% or 5%. But 40% is staggeringly too high.
Can I ask you? Hold on, wait, Mike. I got a question for you. No, I got it. I heard what you're saying, but I got a question for you real quick. If let's say we did screenings for cancer, right? Screenings for cancer, right? You following me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. And most of the people who go get this particular screening, right? It's not like one where like it's prostate or whatever. It's like literally just like it's whatever. Like most people don't get checked out for thyroid cancer or whatever, right? It's okay. So let's say that I get checked out for thyroid cancer or whatever the case may be. What percentage of people get checked out every year for thyroid cancer? Let's say it's 2%, right? And of the 2%, let's say 50% of the people come to find out they actually do have thyroid cancer, correct? Okay. Would you then think that 50% of Americans are living with thyroid cancer? Or would you think that the reason why the rate of cancer is so high from people who go get checked for it is because they are symptomatic, and that is why they went and got checked?
Right. I mean, if it was 50% of the people coming back, I would say, right, just to stay on the safe side, let's just expand that test in order to check like a significant. Let's get a bigger sample than 70% to check to see whether or not it's a growing problem within the country. If it's not, then just leave the sample size alone.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm saying, so why would you think, why would we as a country get everybody checked? Women, everybody got to get checked for thyroid cancer now because 50% of people who are symptomatic go get checked out, come to find out they have cancer. That doesn't make sense logically, right? What I'm saying is, if there's no symptoms of it, Mike, why would you get checked? That's the point.
Well, I mean, it's just like, for example, if you have, I don't know, COVID, right? You know, there are some people who are symptomatic, and there are people who are not symptomatic of COVID. You know, you can have asymptomatic people carrying the virus. So if you get asymptomatic people checked for carrying the virus, and you find that approximately 40% of them are carrying the virus, and they didn't know that they were carrying the virus, you'll be like, okay.
Yeah, but that's not how it will work. I know, but let's not change what I'm saying, because now you're getting lost in the example, right? And you try to, it doesn't, what you're saying wouldn't make much sense from what I'm saying. Again, the reason why people go get tested for thyroid cancer is because they are symptomatic the vast majority of the time. Is that safe to say?
And why?
Hold on. Yeah, that's a yes or no. That's a yes or no. Yes or no.
You need to bring up statistics on that particular thing as to whether they actually are symptomatic. What I'm saying is, you know,
why would you get checked for thyroid cancer if you're not symptomatic?
Why would you actually, you know, some people, right, when going back to the paternity thing, right, let's just go back to the paternity thing.
No. Answer that question. No, Mike. No, Mike. No. And it's Aaron. Do you hear what I was talking about earlier? Like, it doesn't have to go this way. It's super simple. Mike, what is the logic behind everybody getting checked for thyroid cancer if they are not symptomatic? That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Certain cancers, everybody gets, by a certain age, you should get checked for, right? Colon cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer. Those are the big three, right? Because they're so common. They're so common that everybody is getting checked for them. That's not what I asked you. Not what I asked you. What I asked you was,
so with something like thyroid, perhaps you could say that there is no point for everyone to get checked. However, when it comes down to the issue of DNA,
the reason why,
okay, when it comes down to that, you see a high rate of promiscuity, a high
rate of
adultery. In America, you're telling me
you
there's
don't.
No rate of adultery? Are you sure about
there is a high rate of hold on. There is a Mike, calm down. You're moving all over the place. Sure. You still haven't answered my question. Just so we're clear. Right. I've asked you a simple question 3 times. Okay. So again, do you not understand why it makes sense? Why the rate would be higher if people are symptomatic, or in this case, if people actually are seeing a pattern or they're picking up on a pattern of problems, and they're like, okay, I think she cheated, or I caught her cheating, or I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they are believing, or whatever the case may be, right? The kids look like them, whatever it is, to make them go get a paternity test. You're not understanding that would actually make a lot of sense, that it would be higher than you would expect, right? Because the people who are choosing to go get tested, it's a combination. It's either court ordered, right? Or it's that they were the person or persons were Suspicious. That's what I'm saying. So it makes sense. They were symptomatic. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the core here. They were symptomatic. So therefore, it doesn't make sense to say, well, if there's no symptoms, I believe that if you tested everybody, though, the rates would be similar. That doesn't make sense. Because this.
Okay. Now, what you're saying there is something that one can agree. But the fundamental problem is, cervical cancer. I believe women, a lot of them get that. They get cervical cancer in the future. Quite a significant number. Many of the women actually go get it just to make sure. That's number one.
It's not the same.
Right? So basically,
it's not the same, brother. It's not, Mike. It's not the same. I know, but Mike, I want you to understand it's a difference. That's what I was saying. There's no need to change my analogy. You're not doing it right. Because cervical, I'm trying to tell you that 99% of the time, between 90 and 99% of the time, the woman knows the woman knows who the father is. See what I'm saying? They know. They already know. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not the same thing. So don't compare it to something else. My analogy was fine. It works better. Trust me, it's better.
All right. So here's the issue. Right now, if America was like back in the 1930s and the 1920s, and we had the technology to do what is called the DNA paternity test, then because women had
for a man
to higher morality, because women and men had a higher level of morality, and there was not
they
much
did
in
it.
the way of rampant promiscuity.
It
wasn't as bad as it is today, but today,
they
in
did
the
it.
21st century, just okay, fine. It wasn't as okay. Look, in the 21st century, I mean, cheating.
Men cheated more back then. Cheating has gone down, not up.
Either way, it's rampant in the 21st century. And as a result of that being so rampant, nowadays it's always better to be safe. And because it's rampant, because it's so huge.
Men cheat though. Hold on. You're just talking. Hold on, Mike. I'm talking. I can't. You're talking. You're not making any sense. Cheating is primarily done by men. So this wouldn't have anything to do with paternity. It would have that would reflect men. Women cheat half as much as men do. Right? And men cheated more, RC, since you don't know shit. Men cheated more back in the day. Cheating has gone down over the last 20 years, not up. And back in the day, like in my grandfather's day, who had fucking 6 kids and then was cheating on my grandma with some woman across town and left my grandma for some woman across town, and the Temptations was writing songs like Papa was a Rolling Stone and shit like that. That's what was happening back in the day. Cheating was more rampant because women had less options and men could get away with abusing women more back then. It's harder now for men to cheat because there's more on the line and women have more freedom, and a man knows, hey, if I cheat, she can leave. There's more consequences to it. So to think that men are cheating more now is fucking asinine. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Men were worse in the 1930s. They were no. They are. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shan.
Say one more thing.
Hold on, I just got compromised. Say we let all men or women, whatever, do a DNA test when their babies were born. When men submit that DNA to be tested, can that DNA also be submitted to the FBI registry so that anytime there's a crime scene that you're connected to, that that it can help out. It can help us
put it in CODIS. Yeah.
A lot of these grape kits that have not been solved yet can help us solve a lot of unsolved.
Which they would, Chan.
I don't understand what you're saying.
If they took our DNA, they took it and put it into CODIS in America, which is the database for DNA. If she
have to put it in
listen to what she's saying. She's saying she'll make the compromise. She'll make the compromise. Like
women have to DNA test their children. If women have to do that for y'all to be comfortable with paternity, a good compromise would be that y'all are also willing to submit that DNA to that database.
But they would do that, by the way, Shane.
Why would I do that?
That's a violation.
Why is that a violation?
Okay.
Why is that a violation?
Can I come back to my central point, please? The point I'm making fundamentally, all right?
Appreciate that. So that's literally a violation of law because
even if women are cheating half as much as men, hypothetically. And if, for example, cheating is a lot that has gone down extensively than it was previously, hard to believe though it is, all right, even in the 21st century, it has gone down extensively, that because of the rampantness going on, my point I'm making is that if that 2% sample size was to be converted hypothetically to 50 or 60,
it would go down, man. You keep talking in circles. You keep talking in circles, Mike. You don't know what you're talking about. We have already moved past this. I've blown this point up so many times. It would go down. Logically, mathematically, scientifically, everybody knows it would go down, not up. Sir, you hold on. You just lied. Hold on, Mike. Let's say I believed you. Let's say I actually believe that you went and got a paternity test just because. I doubt you did. But let's say you did, right? You even just said, oh no, I was a biological father. But here you are, afraid of some boogeyman that ain't never affected you and never will. What the fuck are you even talking about? Like, this is so odd. No. for you to stick up for a group of men that you don't belong to, that and they are a very minute group of men that exists in this country and in this world. I do know that. Mathematically, I know that. Sir, stop. Hold on, Mike. I'm not going to allow you to tell me I don't know something that I just had to educate you on. Right? That's not weird. The person that didn't know, I educated you on it, and now you're telling me, but you don't know. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I know. You don't know. You never knew. So you should just stop talking about it. Like, you never knew. You already said, I don't know. I don't know the numbers. Then why the fuck are you talking about it? Initially, I didn't know that it was at 2%. Thanks for educating me. I know, but I'm saying but Mike, hold on. If you didn't know that, then what else might you not know is my question. If you didn't even know that much, the information that's readily available to you, you didn't know that. Why would I think in real time you would be able to actually process? Because I'm sure you thought it was higher than that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And you're still clinging to that same idea, as opposed to taking the new information that I gave you, processing it, and adopting it. Like Aaron did earlier. You're not doing it. You're just going like, well, I'm just gonna keep saying the same fucking thing that I came up here to say. But I want to let RC go, and then go ahead and we open back up the panel.
Not to get green or just the game woman ran, or the ones that are good enough to get away with the cheating and be good enough. That would be the determining factor that would add to the numbers. I think it would go up personally because, as you said, the symptoms or him having a suspicion has been the inclination to check. Where there's a number of men who aren't suspicious, they get played or just don't care to look. Of course,
you're not saying, bro. What are you actually saying? That logically, that doesn't make sense. There's nothing. All the data that we have right now at our disposal says the opposite of what you guys are saying. What you guys are living in is what I like to call la la land, where you just make up shit in your head, and then you say, and then you try to pass them off as logic and reason, but they're not. They're unreasonable. I never said no. See, I don't use. See, if you have to lie about what I said, you don't have a point. No, you're not. You said that I said that. No, stop talking over me. RC, hold on, brother. I don't like muting y'all, but you can't talk over me. I'm gonna correct you. You said your question was, so you're saying that there are no men. No, I never said that. The question was, so you said that there are no men. No, I can stop you right there. No, I never said all or none. I don't talk like that. So already off the bat, it's a moot point. The question is stupid. Ask a different question. That's what I'm saying. Ask another question.
Because you interjected what I stated.
I didn't interject what you stated. That doesn't make sense.
It was logically sound. I made a claim. Mm-hmm. You said it's not logically sound. And then the only window for you to say that what I said was wrong would be that the only window for you to say what I claim, because all I did was claim that there are fathers who don't check. In other words, they don't have the symptoms.
Again, this is gaslighting. This is dumb. Again, the part that I want to correct is that you said You started off by asking me a question, and the premise of the question was wrong, and that's what I was trying to correct. You said, so you're saying, this is you, and I quote, so you're saying that there aren't any men, right? And that's not what I'm saying. Yes, there are men. Yes, there are men who have been cheated on. Yes, there are men who get like, yes, there are some men. Yeah, nobody's denying that. That is the whole context, sir. That's the whole context.
I just say what I said, the complete statement.
Go ahead, Shan.
We know what you're saying. There are some men that
you can logically comprehend what I say. Why don't you just stay on mute and deal
with
Wait.
Mike,
that's who you were supposed to come.
Hold on. Time out. Y'all got to stop. Mike, you got to stop coming off of mute. RC, you got to let Shan talk. It's weird. Y'all giving off weird vibes. Nigel said it's actually disturbing how predictable they are. That's the thing. And what he was about to say was like, I already knew what he was saying. So I just said that was dumb. Like, that wasn't what I said. I never said that no woman cheats. No woman. No. Yes, there are women who commit paternity fraud. Yeah, I'm just saying that the numbers are minuscule. That's all I'm saying. And every bit of information backs up what I'm saying. Nothing supports what you guys are saying. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. If you can refute it with some bit of information or logic, then fine. I would love to hear that. But what I'm saying is literally rooted in the data. What you guys are saying is you just made it up. You just made it up in your head. Huh?
Can I just say, host, can I say something?
No, you can't, because it was my turn to speak. So
Kayla said it's 0.6%. The dude just can't do math. Exactly. 0.06%. Go ahead, Chan.
Is it my turn or her turn?
It is Shan's turn. That's why I said her name, Shan.
yeah.
You're breaking up a little bit, but go ahead.
Signal loss.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that the point that I made, there are stats to back it up. Stats showing like how often women are essayed, and the femicide rates are showing like they're like the violent crime rate is very high. So if y'all want to be logical, then what I said made more sense. That men should submit their DNA to make sure they aren't a part of any of these violent crimes that are rampant right now. Where y'all want it to make sense that the small, tiny, minute percent of paternity fraud means that everybody should be DNA tested. That doesn't make sense. That's not logically sound, like he said. If you were being logically consistent, then you would dismiss my point that that's not, because that's something that happens at a rampant. So y'all should all be submitting your DNA to make sure, because 9 times out of 10, y'all are the perpetrators when things like that happen. All of y'all should have to submit your DNA to make sure you aren't a part of that, right?
I'm down.
Thanks.
I'm down. So can I just say?
Okay, yeah. Give you something new, right? Because Mike, I know you. So
let RC go, and then you can go, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna put you.
Tasha, they said, tell Mike to shut the fuck up. We tired. Go ahead. Go ahead. We listen.
But I understand that most feminists, but I should trick away. Most women, most feminists included, are also misogynistic. That's one. Two, to address that thing, I'm good with the whole. Hey, if you like consent to giving up your DNA, I'm good with them having a big database on your DNA. One, for a crime, I'm just saying it's unlawful. It's literally illegal. That's the seizure. If it's intended for a crime, any kind of investigation to apply it to that, it's literally illegal.
They're using it right now, RC. They're using it. They're using people's DNA right now. RC, they're using people's DNA right now. The government. It's not illegal. They're literally using it right now. We can't do anything. Nobody can stop it. It's happening right now.
I understand that, because when she said it, I was like, this sounds like something to be done, because a lot of things that people are volunteering, they're starting to use commercial like that, because you volunteer to a certain agency, you give your information, you actually, allow yourself to be used in that way. That's cool.
What?
I was just saying it's illegal.
It's literally not, and it wouldn't be. All they would have to do is put in there That is all you would have to do is sign the consent. That's what I'm saying. So it's pointless to say that. It's like y'all just like to argue just to argue. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah, that's your thing. I respect.
So, hold on, wait, hold on. Time out. RC, you being condescending while being dumb is crazy. Like literally, again. Hold on, wait. Again, let me back it up. You want to tell us? Oh my God, this nigga don't shut the fuck up. You are trying to tell us that something is illegal that we already A, it's not, and B, it was a hypothetical. So hypothetically, we would just make it legal. That's what I'm saying. If this is all hypothetical, right? That is a hypothetical. The hypothetical is nobody's being forced to get a paternity test right now, right? So the hypothetical was that Mike put forward is everybody gets tested. And then Shan countered that hypothetical with a hypothetical of her own, which was, okay, cool. So if everybody gets a paternity test, then we'll just put all of that DNA into CODIS, and that way we can solve more crimes. That was a hypothetical. Your fucking dumbass take of, oh yeah, well, that's illegal. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Who the nigga? You is not. You ain't Barney Fife. Shut that shit up. That shit is dumb as fuck, bro. That shit was pointless. You just was trying. You wanted to be right or something like that. Like, actually, it's illegal. Like, shut up, nigga. The fuck? You fake nerd. I'm trying to be a fake nerd, bro. You not smart. Don't nobody believe you. You's a dummy. You's a dummy, nigga. You a real life dumb person. Like, for real. I mean that shit from the bottom of my nutsack. You a dummy. Cool my ass, nigga. Valley said, repeating your claim doesn't make people not disagree, which is true. Nigel said, men who aren't suspicious get played, quote unquote, insecure. Yeah, that's what RC was saying.
Thank you very much.
I just be trying to redirect you, Shane. Ain't no energy for you.
Mike, calm down, please. Jesus Christ, it's like my child. Your favorite irritation said it's always the ones that sound thick in the throat that talk about it goes both ways. That wasn't even you. It wasn't even about you. That was about Aaron. RC, that was about Aaron. Cry said, bro said, quote, you don't know for sure, unquote, end quote. Then immediately said, quote, I suspect, end quote. So you don't know for sure either, you dummy. The fuck you talking about? Juniper said, males stop trying math. You don't understand. Thanks. Man, they really start struggling with the math. Shay said, oh Lord, Voldemort. Marcia said, paternity fraud is extremely rare, especially in the UK. Drop Mike the fool. That's 5 on Mike head. Osa said, 2 on RC. His pseudo intellectual is really annoying. Your favorite irritation said, getting mad at the other person because you're stupid is insane. It work happens today. All right, go ahead, Mike.
And I'd like to thank you for educating me about the fact that of get DNA tested, and that's 2%, as you said. 40% of that is found they're not the father of those children. Now, the point I've been trying to make, I don't know how to make this point.
I'm sure you've tried to make it several times.
I've tried to make it several times, yeah.
And we don't agree.
What I'm saying is if you were to,
hold on, Mike. I swear to God, do not repeat the thing you've already repeated. I already disagree. I've told you why it doesn't make sense logically. If you have a new point, I'm willing to hear you out. Don't say the same thing that you said. I've already heard you. That point is moved. We can always. You don't agree with the logic. You don't know anything. You don't know the math. You know the science. You don't have the logic to track it, right? Cool. You can just say, I know. I'm saying you don't understand it. You don't understand the statistical reality, and you don't understand you don't. I swear to God, you don't. You don't. Hold on. The statistical reality is based on the numbers. It is 0.06%. So based on your logic, that number's not going to go up. It's still going to remain 0.06%. That's what I'm saying.
You know why? Because the society, if I said it again, there's
hold on.
And I promise you, right?
Okay, go ahead, RC. Like I said, don't say the same thing again. This is not. We're not. This, the logic. No. It was the last time. The 2 times you said. I'm not dealing with circular discussion. Annoy the fuck out of me. Do something else. I want to hear what you have to say. Move the. No. Your point got across, and I'm telling you, I swatted it out the fucking air. It came across on my side of the net. I knocked it out the fucking park. It was dumb. That's what I'm saying. I heard everything you said. I refuted it logically, mathematically, scientifically. You don't want to accept it. I did. You didn't. Okay. All right. You don't think so? That's fine. So Nigel said, "Chatty Patty." Hold on, RC. You're not the one to give him advice. Both of y'all are trash. But go ahead.
But anyway, misogynist, right? The shit that y'all deny, hate. I've been this problem. They say they're responsible. They're responsible for the negative perception of misogyny. Misogyny is actually beneficial for society.
Except for misogyny is the
you feel me?
Misogyny is the hatred and disdain for women, or disdain for women. So it's not. It is. That is literally the definition of it. When you say it's not, but that is literally the definition of it. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, hold on. Let me get my screen. Let me see my screen recording on. You want to read the whole definition of misogyny real quick?
Do you? You sound like you should read it. Not me.
Do you have like a working bee or something? Can we ask Eric?
No. You can read it. No, you can read it.
My own phone there. This one fell down too. I'm trying to make this quick, man. Fuck with me. No bullshit, man. It's on 5%.
Get a charger.
Somebody typed it, man. It says what'd you say? The hate?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's another aspect to it.
There's not. I mean, it gets more general, but it's not. It's still rooted in the idea that it's harmful. That's what I'm saying.
It gets more general. What are you talking about?
Because it gets more. It doesn't like Mr. Jones would say. Words are descriptive, not prescriptive, right? So it doesn't have to result. It doesn't have to look like I hate you women. Like that's not how it has to look. It can manifest itself in many ways, like men like you coming. You didn't mean to interrupt me, and I'm literally talking. So misogyny says, what?
Oh, you didn't look it up. All right, cool.
Yes. Misogyny is a hatred, contempt, or prejudice against women or girls. It is a form of sexism that can keep women at a lower social status than men, thus maintaining the social roles of patriarchy. Misogyny has been widely practiced for thousands of years. It is reflected in art, literature, human societal structure, historical events, mythology, philosophy, and religion. An example of misogyny is violence against women, which includes domestic violence. And brother, you about to get dry. You need to shut the fuck up. Shit, it will never fly. I don't know what. An example of misogyny is violence against women, which includes domestic violence, and in its most extreme forms, misogynistic terrorism and femicide. Misogyny also often operates through sexual harassment, coercion, and psychological techniques aimed at controlling women, like the one that RC is trying to do right now, and by legally or socially excluding women from full citizenship. In some cases, misogyny rewards women for accepting an inferior status. Should I continue? Because this all sounds terrible to me.
I kind of wanted to stop a while ago. But
okay, so this all sounds bad. So you tell what part is good.
I'm about to. That's what I'm doing. This like you read through this Christmas. Who's the first to buy? This top folk on ingrained prejudice against women. So let's say a different treatment based on gender. That's when you get to a educated definition or dictionary where it's not including situational shit.
Bro, what are you saying?
Something can be reflected as a dislike to some people, but then don't dislike. So you have to cover everything. So definitions.
definitions are. Hold on.
Is the problem.
And because that's not what RC. Hold on. I'll repeat it again. Do you know what these words mean? Definitions are prescriptive, not descriptive, right? So they don't. They are not constant. They are not black and white. That's the point of that statement.
What a definition is.
Huh?
That's literally what a definition is. Sometimes this means this in this case, but
that is not what a definition is. What are you talking about?
Why does the words match? Definite. Definition. It's a reason why they use
that. Is not the root.
Go ahead, talk to you. You can't lie your way out of this one. Go ahead and talk. Definition. Don't share the word. Go ahead. I want to hear that one. I'm so glad.
So definition, definitions of words are different. First and foremost, and definitions of words change. I don't know if you are familiar with that. So if it was a definite, then wouldn't words not change ever? Wouldn't whatever we said today in 2025 mean the exact same thing? Hold on, man. If we are saying, hold on, RC, hold on, brother. If we are saying a word right now in 2025, is every word that we say right now in 2025, does it mean the same thing that it meant in 1925? Does it mean the same thing it meant in 1825? The answer is no. There's a thing that studies the etymology of a word, which it tracks where the word came from and how the word changes and the meanings and how the definition changes. If it was definitive, it would be the same thing forever. It would be constant, right? But context matters, and society matters at the time. So it's how we use the word. Somebody said gay. Yeah, gay meant happy 50 years ago. Now it means something else. The F word, the F slur, right? It used to not mean what we use it for now. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, there's a whole study about this. Like, what are you talking about?
I appreciate that because I like what I'm saying in real time. So,
oh my God. Ali said, RC, King's Corner, whatever the fuck, boo. Get off the fucking stage.
Oh, she said that. Yeah, she what she said.
Hold on, wait. Is this? Are you King? Wait, are you King's Corner? Wait, are you? Wait. Hold on. Wait. RC is King's Corner? I couldn't believe. Hold on, wait. And it makes sense now. I couldn't believe there was two dudes on the app that sounded the same. But now that makes sense. Okay. Now I got you.
That makes more sense.
That's not King's Corner?
I don't know who she's talking about, man. What's your level? So this is the problem. You see what I'm saying? It's definition. Do they not share the same root word? I should have started at the beginning.
Education.
Ooh, that's crazy. And you ain't gonna be able to say it. He already talked his way into this whole. He's done. All right, man. It's always fun chopping it up, man. I'm telling you, man, you gotta shake this shit. You gotta stop this shit. Say yourself.
Open the wait. Why are you talking? I thought you was leaving. The door wide open, nigga.
Oh, you want me to drop? I thought you was gonna kick. I thought you did a kick.
I don't kick people. Blair said the definition, how? Man, God damn, nigga. Did you have an IEP when you was in school? And I don't mean that with no disrespect. Did you have an IEP when you was in school? Like, you really sound like you really struggling right now. Like, your ADHD is crazy.
No, he did. His mama said no for her, baby.
Damn. They don't care. We did it, ho. Akalia said, rude boy, get your goofy ass the fuck out of here. Blair said the definition of RC is dumbass nigga. So now I just said misogyny is also men defaulting to their opinions is true just because they have a phallus. That definitely should be the definition of that motherfucker at this point. God damn. Because what the fuck are you talking about, bro? What is wrong with y'all? Open up the schools, man. I'm tired of y'all. And look, man, look, this is what hey, look, we've been praying, we've been having this conversation about black men specifically getting back in school. But when you have these types of conversations, you know what? You ain't even got to get in school. I'm just saying, you need to continue your education, whether it's in school or whether it's online. I don't give a fuck. You need to continue your education.
Siren, please.
What's siren? I know she done said something stupid.
She's talking about asterisk prisons. Nobody said that.
Y'all always trying to throw niggas in jail. Come on now. Here's the funniest thing. Is why I was trying to help this man. Look, the definition of the word definition, a statement of the meaning of a word or word group or a sign, even that is loose. B, a statement expressing the essential nature of something. Yeah. C, a product of defining. The action or process of stating the meaning of a word or word group. The action or the power of describing, explaining, or making definite or clear. So when you're trying to clarify something, right? You're like, boom, this is like, let me definitively make this statement. It doesn't mean though that the word that we said 100 years ago will have the same meaning for 100 years. It will change, and it almost always does change. That's the reality. That's the reality.
Yeah, we setting the bar way too high, telling them we having conversations about why they don't go to college. We need to have conversations about why y'all not paying attention in the third grade, right? Because I think that's where it stops for some of y'all, for real. We done jumped all the way to college, and y'all listening to these men. What college?
Y'all need to go back. Y'all need to go. Y'all look, man. This is what I want y'all to do. Watch the movie Billy Madison and do that shit. I need for y'all to start. I swear to God, man, if y'all could start somewhere around Billy Madison, I think we might be able to get back on track. How dumb y'all are is willfully dumb. No, like here's the thing: y'all think it's funny to be dumb. That's the scary part. You see what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to be dumb. It's a whole other thing to think it's funny to be dumb. Like y'all literally be laughing at being dumb. Like it's like I'm like, why is this?
You like they think you're like having like banter with them. Like it's not funny.
I'm like, this is dumb. It's pretty dumb.
And then to be condescending with it. That's what be sending me. Cause I can't why you ain't let me up here? Cause you know why I came up here. I can't stand you dummies. And then you got the nerve to come out. Shan ain't on your level, sir. You said interject your thoughts, your ideas into the conversation. What? Y'all just be saying stuff.
Words. Them niggas, they just be saying words. I'm like, them words.
You was right about that, Kay. I'm definitely not on his level. You didn't even go to the same school. We weren't even in the same city. Listen, my baby say together like a team. That's how y'all use words. Like y'all put like a team of words, like a all-star team, if you will.
Of your best words. Of the The best word you can think of.
Oh my God.
Let me enter your mind or interject my philosophical, institutionary, memorable monstrosity. Now,
what that book Ellie said, hop on pop, like dog food. But it just no one. I actually had one valid thing to say other than to cuss them out, but y'all, just so y'all know this, if Mike don't know this and the other gentlemen don't know this, if you don't have factors that predispose you to a certain thing, insurance ain't even gonna pay for you to get tested. So this whole idea that you can just say, tell the people, I want to be tested for thyroid cancer and you have no risk factors, insurance not even gonna pay for that. That's the doctor ain't even gonna submit it because they know they ain't gonna get paid for it. So
they're gonna be like, dummy. They're gonna be like, why you want to get tested for that, dummy?
Right. Second of all, he need to go back to that lady that he had kids with and ask her, is them his kids? Because he sounded like he was personally affected by paternity fraud.
No, he said he got. He said he checked. He said he checked, and she said, and I said, so what were the results? He said the kids are biologically mine. Okay, then what the fuck is you up here talking about?
What in the world? Okay, so you caused a rift in your marriage and humiliated your wife for your own satisfaction or your own ego?
He didn't though. He didn't, Kay. He didn't get tested. He lying.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's my guess. You know these niggas.
Naive.
you know they'll come up here and lie in a heartbeat.
I went through all, but my point is, why not feel like you have to get tested? Like me, I need all men to understand this. You can tell they ain't never been nowhere. They don't have access to women. They ain't never had no children. Because when you're going out and you are not married and she gets ready to have that baby, you have to sign the affidavit of paternity. If you don't sign that affidavit of paternity, you then have up to a year to establish paternity for that child. Mm-hmm. So every man under the sound of my voice has an opportunity, if you have doubt, to get a paternity test by the court. This is not rocket science. I can tell y'all, the lives say y'all be living, the lives y'all be on here fighting for and championing for, y'all not really dumb dudes. Like, come on.
I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, I don't want to know.
Like you spit them out, police.
I know my baby's mine. I'm just saying though. I don't want to know though. Like I don't even want to know. Like if there was a doubt, I don't even want to know. I don't even care. I don't even want to know. On some real, I know people think I'm crazy. I really don't give a fuck. Like we 9, 13 years into it. What we gonna do? What, I'm gonna stop taking care of them?
But that's what old boy did. Did you see that video I sent you where they sent the little girl over there to the family invited her for the little get together, but he had found out that she wasn't his, so she told her she needed to take her child and leave. The girl was like 6 or 8 years old, and he was like literally turning her away. He was like, "Go, like no, that she ain't my baby. This not her family." Blah blah blah. Like the nigga just acting real ignorant in front of the little girl. That shit was so sad.
Was it real?
Yeah, it was real. Like, because the aunties were like, no, child, this ain't got nothing to do with that baby. Let her in. He said, no, she ain't my baby. She ain't my baby.
Send that to me.
Trying to play games.
Send that one to me. Why?
I'm going to send it to you.
Where is it at?
But he showed up in front of that baby. But she was like between 6 and 8 years old.
It's on Facebook?
No, it's on TikTok.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's like some Facebook drama. Facebook drama be on another. They be on a whole other upper echelon.
Savvy, you don't think it's real?
It don't sound real. Nah, that shit don't be sounding real, man. That shit don't be sounding real. I ain't saying the nigga wouldn't do it.
It's possible. They was cutting up in that doorway real bad.
They was cutting up real bad in front of that baby.
Yeah, they said it's a skit, but yeah, that's why I don't be. A lot of times people be sending me stuff about. I don't be sharing it. I don't do videos on it because 99% of that shit is a skit. Like pretty much almost anything where, and I ain't gonna even hold. I have yet to see a video where, outside of like some famous people shit, I have yet to see a video of like a woman, like, you know, doing like he catches a woman doing like some narcissistic abusive shit to him or something like that. I don't have any videos of that because I be on Narc Like I literally go on Narc every day and I look for that shit. I will Google it. Like I literally look for it all the time. I be on that shit all the time. I haven't seen one video. Like I have tons of videos of men abusing women. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no skit. Like it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen shit where it done got violent too. I haven't seen one video of a woman doing that to a man though. Not one. Not to say it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. Right. And the only time I see stuff where like the things that men say women do, the only videos that I see up are they're all skits. I swear, like it's so almost never like anything men say, like paternity fraud, let's say for an example, right? If there's a video of a man catching a woman up in a paternity fraud, it's I've never seen one where it was real. I've seen them, but it was always a skit. It was always like, come to find out he was some comedian, or you go look on his page, he got a bunch of skit videos. Like it's always that. I've never seen it be like a real scenario like that.
Like that Donald Trump was gonna forgive their child support thing.
Like that shit. Exactly. Yep. It's a game. It's a ton of those videos like that, time and time and time again. I'm like, y'all really be out here trying to sell me on this shit is real, but when everything women say, I've seen it before. You know what I'm saying? Like you name it. Name the thing that women like. You name it. Like name the whatever women be going through. Like all the shit women say. Like a man did. Like even the most obscure. I've seen it. Like I've seen a video of it. I've seen it before. Nothing men say women do. I've never seen it play out before. I've seen, like I said, I've seen the physical stuff happen, and that's usually like celebrity shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's usually, and I don't excuse it, but it's usually like celebrity shit. It's like, you know, like whatever, Xavier Worthy's girlfriend beat him up or whatever. But then, you know, when you get the full story, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was a little smoke there. Like he contributed to that. It wasn't like she just ran up on that nigga and beat his ass.
Yeah, he was definitely doing too much. Like once you look into the story and the stuff she describing, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a baby daddy. Yeah. That sound like he just still want access to her. It don't sound nothing about the baby, because 9 times out of 10, it's never about the actual kid, because if it was about the actual kid, y'all would be more willing to go to court. Yeah. Y'all would be more willing to get things in black and white on a piece of paper to make sure that you are getting your fair end of the deal when it comes to your child. 9 10, it is about antagonizing the mother, punishing the mother, still having access to the mother, like that whole rigmarole. It don't be about the kid. Protecting the kid, yeah. I just want to say something. I want to ask a question. Are we not in favor of the milkmaid dresses? Because I had saw a video of it. And no, I'm just saying what happened. So I saw a video and it was like the girls wearing milkmaid dresses to the clubs, the women wearing milkmaid dresses to the club. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because I don't go to the club. So I clicked on them like milkmaid dress or whatever. I wanted to see, I knew what it got. I had an idea. And I was like, I'm about to buy my wife one. I don't know what y'all talking about, but like them shits is beautiful. What y'all, we not liking those? That's like I got a couple of them. Somebody said a peasant/slave dress. I got a couple of them, and I'm gonna tell you, they real nice. They'll get you there. That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting there, I was looking at it like, I don't know about for the club, you're right, but when I just saw them in real life, I was like, damn, I was like, so we don't like, okay. My wife ain't no trad wife. I just like the way the motherfuckers look. They had the things, the women rocked them. They was
The women,
It's because of how they lay on the. It's because of how they lay on the boobs.
On the bosom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I like how the shape. You can see the off the back of the dress. You can see the little thing poke a little. I was like, oh yeah, this is the dress. They saying not for the club. I'm with you. I don't know about that, but I didn't see nobody in the club with it. I just saw them at home with it, and I was like, why are we arguing against milkmaid dresses like this? They look good. They cute. They good. They just sundresses for the summer. I wasn't even. I know what was going on.
That's where you're supposed to wear them in the sun. Like that's the part that makes it really weird. Is that like milkmaid dresses? No, they are not for you to just be wearing to the club and play like that. That is strange. It's strange.
Nah, y'all can't say it's. Hey, by the way, Handmaid's coming out. It should be coming out like sometime this week.
Today.
Today, yeah.
Is it the 10th?
No. Today's the 10th. Yeah, it's coming out. No, tomorrow's the 10th. Tomorrow's the 10th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just sundresses where you could cinch in the sides. That's all I thought.
I got the stamp of approval from the Irish guy, the guy from Ireland. And when he said in his accent with the milkmaid, he said, whoever's talking against them, like we men, we like those, keep wearing those. But he says it in his Irish accent, and it's so funny. And he's like, he went down the rabbit hole, and he's like, absolutely yes.
Yeah, I just like the way it look. Hey, I'm gonna ask my wife if she like them. If she like them, I'm scooping up a few. I'm gonna be on it. You know what I'm saying?
He said it came out yesterday.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. My wife said it was last night, but we didn't get around to watching it because she fell asleep.
Man, I'm about to go boulevard the TV right now.
Yep, it's a wrap. Go ahead, BBG. Oh, go ahead, Savvy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
You good? It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Go ahead.
It's on Hulu. I just wanted to jump back. I do like the dress club. I will say I got one. I think it's super cute.
I'm saying I didn't know what we were talking about. I was like, wait a minute.
That's crazy. But to jump back on, hey, I wanted to tell you guys, it's definitely it's not real. But what is real is the comment. I made a comment on it. I actually have like 3 or 4 videos on my page. This guy he made 7 videos about my comment on that video. And all I said was, anytime a man, after being a father of a child for 6 years, can turn his back on a child, she dodged a toxic father. And those men, there is over 3,000 comments under my comment of these men to this day. This was over a week ago, and I just got 6 more comments on that comment that I made. And all that says to me is, these men don't give a damn about these kids. Mm-hmm. Because if a person who has raised a child for 6 years of their life, and they were actually there and invested with a child for 6 years, for you to find out that baby is not yours and turn your back on that baby and treat that baby the way that man was treating that baby in that video. And I don't even know if you guys watched all the videos, but there's like 5 of them. And at one point, the baby's trying to go around him. He won't let the baby go around him. And then at one point, the baby says, but Daddy, I miss you. Like, you don't want to be my daddy anymore? And he bends down and says to the little girl, yeah, you'll always be my daughter, but your mama is effed up.
Damn.
So he's saying this to this child, and not one person out of all those comments, over 2,000 comments, said, he wrong, you right, that shouldn't have happened, the baby did not have anything to do with that. All these men are going, that's not his child, F that child. If it's not his effort, then I said to one guy, I said, he's raised that baby for 6 years. He said she was a bird in the whole 6 years. Fuck that baby.
Wow.
These are the kind of comments that I'm getting, and it's sad, you guys. Because whether it's real or not, the scenario could happen.
And it's just how they view. It's just how they view kids in general too. Just how they view them as like disposable.
100%. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to make that point. Because it broke my heart. I don't even respond to any other comments, but it breaks my heart to read all of these grown adult men who are willing to turn their back on a child simply because it doesn't share the same blood as you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even hold y'all. If y'all let me like dog sit y'all dog for too long, I'm gonna keep it. So let alone a baby. If you like, oh, I'm gonna be in Europe for like 2 months, nigga, that's my dog. Y'all
rename the dog.
that dog gonna have you gonna come back. I'm gonna have the hair dyed, all types of shit. Like, yeah, that's my dog now, nigga. Yeah, don't leave your. If you leave your not for like a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, a few nights or whatever, I got you. But you like, Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to show up to your house like red. It's kind of like his both eyes.
Yeah.
You know, he can stay at your house.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, wait right here. I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna close the door and lock it, and go back to watching my shows. That's just, let alone a baby. I've been raising a baby. Then got attached to the baby. I don't give a fuck. I help the baby find his biological daddy too. But I'm still gonna be the daddy though. Like, what the fuck?
6 years. Think about how much happens with kids in 6 years. You know what I mean? Like, those are a lot of their like big milestones. So you have sat with this baby through infancy, through, you know, being a baby, learning how to crawl, learning how, you know, and especially since most babies do, they say dada first. You done sat and had this baby say dada to you, been there when they was sick, you know, if he's saying he's the kind of dad that he's saying that he was, because that's what the video implied. But you sat through all of these processes. The baby's learning how to walk. You know, I mean, first days, because 6 years old is old enough for sure to have a first day of school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To all of these milestones, and quite literally in the blink of an eye. And it's not to say that you shouldn't be pissed at the mom.
No, I ain't saying that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nobody ever actually. I've not heard a woman actually argue that, to say that, you know, well, you shouldn't be pissed off at the mom about. No. Most women will be like, okay, sis, nah, you know you wrong, when you could have at least told that man that there was a possibility, like, for sure. Like, I think most adults agree with that. But the idea that you've been around this child all this time and supposedly bonded with them, and then to just like discard them that's insane to me. I don't even know. It's hard enough. It's hard enough. Like, even teaching kids, like, I thought about that today. Like, when summer comes, I'm gonna have to start like over the summer. I'm gonna have to start over with a whole other batch of kids, and I'm like,
you don't like them
I'm
kids
miss
like
some
that.
of these kids, and I only had them a couple of months. Like,
you don't like them kids like that though, BB.
I mean, that's true. Some of them evil, but I'm saying for the ones that's not.
Let's keep it a bean now. You don't like them little niggas like that.
But I got some. I'm not even lying. I'm in the middle of an email right now for one boy, because I try to make sure I email parents when kids is doing good too. Mm-hmm. A boy who literally is just like, he blows my mind, the level of like importance that he takes with my class. But I'm saying that to say, like, I can't imagine, like, even being attached to students. Like, you were this person's father for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, like, in the blink of an eye, now all of a sudden you just don't feel anything. And you know what? I can't wait until they do the skit. And y'all, this on YouTube and TikTok, so y'all know, if y'all see it, it was my idea. I can't wait to see the skit where the nigga goes off about the baby not being his and does all of these theatrics, and then finds out that there was a mix-up with the test, or the test was inaccurate. Because that's the other part that men don't tell you. They don't share that part. That paternity fraud can't be considered one of those high crime things like they want it to be, because of the fact that those tests aren't completely accurate yet. Like, they have not nailed accuracy with those tests yet. Mm-hmm. So you still have a percentage, and I think the number is like something really ridiculous, like 20 or 30% or something like that. It's really it's one of those numbers like that.
I think the best paternity test is you get your baby picture and you get your baby picture and put them next to each other. Because that shit is 100%. I ain't gonna even hold you.
No, it's not. Not all the time. My nephew, I'm not lying. My nephew did not look anything like his daddy until he hit 7. When he hit 7,
that's a baby picture. What do you think?
No, when
7 is a baby picture, BBG.
Then he looked like my sister. And to be clear, like, my sister, well, her ex-husband, but her baby daddy kind of looks like you. Like, he literally almost, I'm put the picture in the chat, but he kind of looks like you. My nephew looks exactly, almost to a T, like my daddy for those first like 6 years of his life. He looked exactly like head shape, body. He was a huge baby. Her baby daddy is a slim, brown skinned man with a square head. And I'm not lying, he did not look anything like him until he hit about 7. And he was like, oh, wait a minute. He's kind of okay. He's looking like the dad now. And like he has his moments where he kind of looks like his dad. He looks more like my dad still, but yeah, playing that who look like who game, and my son looked like his granddaddy. He don't look nothing like my husband. He looked like the granddaddy.
Your dad, your husband's father?
My husband. You've seen the picture of my husband's dad next to my son, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's the spitting image of my husband's dad.
But then, I mean, I'm sure but they share some characteristics too.
Here's the thing. He looks so much. Hear me out, all right? Don't be like
the math ain't mathing right now, ma'am. I'm just saying.
We got company.
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to hold it together right now. It's getting a little crazy.
So much like my husband's dad that when my son was, I think he was maybe like 6 months old, I went to a quartet program, right? I went to this gospel quartet program, and I'm sitting in the back. And these two ladies are sitting behind me, and I hear them like whispering a little bit. And she look over at the baby. She go, "Oh, look at that baby." I said, "Yeah, this is my son." And she was like, "Okay." And then I heard her go back, "Girl, and looking just like Logan. Mm-hmm. He done went outside." And I'm hearing them whispering behind me. I'm like, "Do they think I done slept with this man?" So the lady taps me on the arm and was like, "Hey, baby, you know, Logan such and such?" I said, "Yeah, that's my father-in-law." She was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, girl, he looked just like his granddad. Oh, okay. That makes." I'm like,
they was about to they was trying to satellize that man's name and your name. They were trying to satellize y'all names in that church. That's why I'm gonna stay about the church, because I'm gonna curse somebody out. Y'all, I'll be in that motherfucker yelling. I try to tell y'all right now, if I go to church and they try to satellize my name in that motherfucker, I'm cursing everybody out. The deacons are getting it, the deaconesses are getting it, the usher board getting it, everybody getting yelled at. I'm putting on some white gloves, squaring up with the ushers. We gonna be throwing moving furniture around that motherfucker. I can't do it. They be just saying anything in the church, any old thing. They be in there just asking you the most uncomfortable questions. Like, what?
I'm sitting there minding my business with my baby, and I mean, he did look exactly like my husband did. Like fresh out the womb, he looked exactly like my husband did. But like they legit was looking at me like, "Oh, okay." I'm like,
they thought you was hunching on that.
You know what but me and my husband daddy used to, like, my husband and my mama used to hang out a whole, like, they would go to the movies, get all kinds of ridiculous stuff. But me and my husband's dad were like that, because I wasn't really like close to my dad. So I would consistently go to like church afternoon programs and stuff with my husband's dad, because nobody else really wanted to go. I was the only kid that actually like going to, afternoon programs at church. So his dad would like pick me up, and sometimes we would go out to eat, and he would.
Hey, that's a crazy thing to like to do as a kid, though, BPJ. Like to go to the second service in the afternoon. That's it. You were different.
Because I was the only kid, though. I figured out that was the little, because when you by yourself, if the other kids don't want to go and you by yourself, if you ask to go to the store, the adults are gonna say yeah. If you ask for like specific food, the adults are gonna they always say yes if you by yourself. Because if it's 6 7 kids, they gonna be like, "No, we ain't no McDonald's. You got McDonald's money." But if you by yourself, they be like, "Oh, okay, I guess I can get you a little Happy Meal. What, this $1.99? I can get you a little Happy Meal."
Oh, so it was a scheme that time. Okay.
My uncle Robert was a preacher, and whenever he would come to town, he didn't like to eat by himself. But my Aunt Annie Jane, she didn't like to eat out. So
your aunt, what was her name?
Her name Annie Jane.
Country real bad.
What was it? Annie Jane?
Yeah, Annie Jane.
And y'all called her by both names all the time, right?
Auntie Annie Jane. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Anyway, long story short, Uncle Robert would take me with him. So we would go to Denny's, we would go to IHOP, and he just talked the whole meal. Like, but he just didn't like to eat alone. And Aunt Annie Jane was like, "She don't do all that fast food." But I would go with him, and I was favorite. He said, "Where my girl at?"
So that's how you work.
That's
how I knew who kid really was. Now you want to forget a paternity test. I got some old people.
You can't say that though. BPG, because they were trying to put smut. They were about to put some smut on your name in that church though.
When I was like 8, 9, I mean real small, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and if you sit around listening to some 80-year-old women talking about who kid ain't who, yeah, I know that.
Oh, they be knowing everything. Yeah, I found.
Just a line. My big mama used to say I could feel it in my spirit. She didn't know. Like she said, "Oh, I feel it in my spirit." That ain't our baby. And some of them was the midwife.
and would deliver them babies and take them off.
Hey man.
She know everybody gets, you know, when everybody first. If she get the feeling that person is pregnant by somebody in her family, then that ain't our baby.
Mama used to be like, check the toes.
I gotta tell y'all something. Though. See, hold on, let me tell y'all something. This is when I'm gonna have to interject, as my brother would say, interject. I'm gonna have to interject this. All Black people are not a monolith, because right now in this moment, I just realized that my family is not like y'all family, because we never questioned paternity in my family. we never had a feeling. My granny never said, I got a feeling that baby ain't like that. Shit never happened. Not in my family, right? So that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's cool, but that's cool. That's why I love that Black people, we have different experiences. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. That's y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all story.
My big mama didn't question it. She said, matter of factly, that's not that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, that never happened in my family. Everybody kids that came out, they was all our kids. Like, we all knew that shit never happened in my family. So yeah.
We did too, until there was an instance. Oh God. And it was sad. It was sad. Okay. So there was an instance.
We did it too until it's crazy. All right.
My cousin, okay. Well, my cousin was with this girl. He was with this girl for years, and they were kind of like off again, on again. It was a hot mess. Anyways, the children kept coming, but the more the children kept coming, they didn't look like him. And you know, like y'all have seen baby pictures of me. We have very strong features in my family. If my kid don't look like me, the kid's gonna look like somebody in my family. Our genes are very strong. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he got a paternity test. Like, this was like late in life, right? The kids are like older. 7 out of 8 weren't his. God.
They was all one man's kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but it was like the only one that was his was the one who looked just like him.
Go figure.
Right. And the thing about it is, even now, my little cousin has his own kids, and they look like him and his daddy. I'm whispering because my mama here, y'all. I don't want her to think I'm here telling family business.
You is telling family business, though. You don't want her to find out you're telling family business? Okay.
You like we tell the niggas. Hey,
why y'all talking so loud? Why y'all talking so loud?
You are in here. Hey, Kay in here telling family business. Hey, Kay in here telling on y'all family right now. She's satirizing y'all family name, man. Come and get her.
I didn't even say no names.
All right.
But it was like 7 out of 8.
7 out of 8 is crazy. That's what niggas was shooting from the free throw line.
That's so sad. How do you do it? It do still bother them. I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, and they still come to my aunt's house because it's
Did he leave her after that though, or was they already not together?
They was already after that last kid. Yeah, that was.
Well,
I'm proud of her. She got the 8. That's crazy. To convince somebody with a whole bunch, like, okay, you know, you get when your kids come out, everybody know, like, you got your kids look like you, but like especially when you have multiple kids, like they look like you in different ways. So it's almost like a shuffle, Like you'll see one that got the nose and one that got the eye, whatever.
Yeah.
But for her to get to 8 and none of them kids like have none of his features, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna walk right back in this club. I'm gonna pull this pew pew out, and I'm gonna take a chance, and I'm gonna hit something.
So basically,
he just kept doing that.
So basically, what she had to be doing was, whenever she would lay down with that other man, she would have to make sure she laid down with her husband around the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that ain't hard to, if you creeping, that probably ain't hard to do.
Damn, this that type of shit right here. This is a Tyler Perry. This one of them movies. This one of them ones. Them like.
This the scheme that Tom said.
Definitely. This shit cool.
Indoctrinated pub. You gonna make a
this
prompt tomorrow.
This a Quan Mills book. Cause man, oh man, if I find out 7 out of 8.
The neighbor impregnated my wife 7 times.
I got army guns. You guys never harming young. I'm coming through. I'm laying down there. I'm spraying until I can't spray no more. I'm laying everybody down.
Now, one of the comment cousins just perjured themselves to my, I did just that when I cheated on my ex and needed a trip to the clinic. You know what? Now what? See how we safe with each other in here? What kind of place is this? Right. Let me grab my shawl.
So this nigga, wait. So this nigga never even got lucky, and like his swimmers never outswam the other nigga swimmers, huh?
Probably not, because like I said, the first kid they had together was my cousin. That's actually his, and it went downhill from there.
You know what? Fuck it.
That was the last one too, wasn't it? Ain't that what you said? Yeah, the last set of Mohican.
So it was the youngest baby.
No, the oldest.
Oh, it was the first one. It was the first one. So she let him.
And then my little cousin who passed away, he died from SIDS. He unalived from SIDS.
Damn.
So maybe, but only the first one. Yeah, technically the oldest one.
You know what? I ain't even mad at this point because that means his swimmers was weak. So, you know what I'm saying? He didn't deserve to have no kids anyway.
Oh, what kind of good line was she? She got real good. Who is that? Your cousin need to go in the. She need to go in
nah, that nigga, that man. Man, hey, I'm just keeping it. Don't blame me, blame nature, because I ain't do it. Because I thought the wiener was supposed to be made to scoop the ice cream up out of there, and then you supposed to be able to shoot your thing up in the back. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to shoot some of your goo in there, but it didn't work out that way. Man, that's crazy, man.
Her ex chose his over her husband. So that's what it was. But the egg chooses. So clearly his was more
they liked it.
More attractive, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Her egg, that's even see, that's the type of shit right there that is driving nigga over the edge. That's why I told you I'm pulling up. Everybody got to get laid down after that. When I think about it on a physiological level, like damn, that means her eggs chose this nigga goo over my goo. That's the type of shit that make a nigga. You gotta lay something down after that. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to rest. Hey, but I tell y'all, you gotta be if your woman lied to you for 8 babies, for 7 out of 8 babies,
man,
that's a choice, my nigga. You knew.
You ain't see the sign?
I blame you as much as I blame her at that point.
You ain't see the sign?
7 out of 8 babies, my nigga. You ain't thinking. You didn't see nothing. You wasn't paying. You know what that means? That means you was neglecting that woman.
Somebody said abusing. They had a very tumultuous
relationship. That means you know what? I take it all back. He was in the wrong. See? We done cracked the case. I knew this shit don't make no sense. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? You didn't one time you wasn't in the bed like, lately I had the strangest feeling. That shit never. Far more frequently, you're wearing perfume.
That other nigga sperm came out like Martin on that stage.
I'm a man of midnight wishes. I hope my premonition is there. Ooh, yeah. Y'all niggas is crazy. Cause I'm telling you, boy, you ain't even get a whiff or nothing. Also, you went. Nah, that nigga didn't know.
Right, that's what that means.
That's what he couldn't beat her. He couldn't beat her or the nigga up. That's
he got jumped.
He couldn't beat her or the nigga up, man. Cause what the fuck?
Baby was like, I'm gonna settle this, and that man Scooped him up real quick.
Dropped him on his head. That nigga said, you know what? And nigga, hey, what Red Daddy do?
Smacking the back of his neck.
What Red Daddy do? No.
Put up on that nigga like Jody.
You want some of this too, old man? No. Oh my God, man.
Right. Okay, so I believe she had went to petition for child support. Now this is where she was in the wrong because he was a long time ago, 8 days ago. Right, and then all of them were tested. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So he could have been. He had an idea, huh?
We don't win red pills.
I think so because we were all, the women in the family were like,
so she had the audacity. No, I'm just trying to figure out where did she get all that audacity from to go test them kids when she knew she was hunting another man?
It happened 7 pregnancies ago when she kept getting away with it.
That's what did it. I got you. Yeah. She started to believe her own lie. She started to believe her.
I played a lottery, everything. I petitioned child support.
She like a serial unaliver. Like you get away with it one time, you start thinking you invincible. Like, hey, ain't gonna never catch me.
She had that audacity packed up in that wagon she be dragging.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my goodness.
Osa said 2 on public for the diabolical black man voice. What I do? Submissive provider said plot twist. He got fixed and she knew. They was both testing each other. Hey, that's that Tyler Perry shit. I was just waiting on you to find out. Boom. Nigga said I been got fixed. I was just waiting on you to find out. Boom. What the fuck?
That is crazy. Not 1 or 2 babies, but 8 of them. Oof. That's crazy. I can't imagine.
Man, I'd have flipped over the whole goddamn house.
Them kids, because you ain't see where you was swimming.
Oh my God. I'd have left it like, hey, how did what Brent Fayez said? No, that was Big King. Big King said, like a thief in the night. I'd have left like a thief in the night on their ass. I'd have been out the door.
I'd have been swinging on them kids like Trey and Don't Be
Who I was thinking, remember when Trey walked in the house and all the kids look different, like it was a baby. Yeah. Like all the babies look different.
Nah, that wasn't Trey.
Was it?
That was Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, that was Don't Be a Menace.
Okay, Sean.
Yeah, Don't Be a Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ashtray? Didn't they call him Ashtray?
Mm-hmm. It was Ashtray.
Mm-hmm. That's nah, them babies would have had to call. I'd have been on there. Like I said, I'd have been on that motherfucker like 16 missed calls. Because I wouldn't have answered.
Had to go through.
All my niggas balling like they rich, Paul.
like Gigi, that day we driving in the car, somebody go look at them construction men over there, somebody going, which one of them my daddy? Baby, I want to crawl under the seat.
Hey,
why you ask me that?
Why are kids, the way the kids are funny, the way kids are funny, but I be wanting to fight them at the same time, that shit got to be studied. Because my nigga make me laugh all the time, and it be so disrespectful. I'm like, why is this funny? But I'm the butt of the joke. Like, I don't never understand it. I'm always getting clowned somehow. Somehow, nigga, I'm like, wow, what did I do?
My daughter told my husband one time, when she was little, she had to be like 5 or 6. He asked her, he said, "Oh, what y'all was doing today?" "Oh, me and mama went to the park." "Oh, y'all did? What y'all do at the park?" "We was at a picnic with Earl." I said, you know what?
Who is Earl?
Who is Earl?
Earl. First of all.
Like y'all threw up? Like they all call Earl Collect?
No.
Oh.
She was talking about, I don't know who this, I still to this day don't know who this Earl was. The only Earl I knew in my life, truthfully, liked fish. So he definitely wasn't checking for me. I have no idea to this day who she was talking about. And me and my husband laugh at that like literally all the time. Whoever this man was picnicking with us.
She was just trying to get you in trouble.
Just trying to set me up. Just literally trying to set me up. I'm like, you're the only girl in this house. What's the point? What is getting rid of me gonna do?
That's why we got to that's why we got to go back to kids being.
You didn't bat an eye. She said Earl, and you didn't bat an eye.
Who, me?
Earl ain't country.
Earl is country. I was just trying to see who Earl was. They in the Midwest. Now, hey, on some real shit. That's why we need to go back to when kids were seen and not heard. You know what I'm saying? At this point, because they're always talking. I'll be like, shut the fuck up, nigga. God damn. This nigga always got something, always telling somebody something about me. Nigga, you know my dad. All the time. And he know everything. That'd be the worst shit. The nigga actually does know all the business. So it's like, we talk to this nigga like he ain't a dope. So this nigga be like, so how much money are we gonna put down on the house? Okay, that's a good amount. Then we be like talking to like our friends or something like that. He'd be like, yeah, we're gonna put down X amount. I'm looking at this nigga like, why are you telling people our house buying process?
They don't realize because I used to be a kid. Let him out of here. Get out. And he know I can't pick him up right now. I used to say stuff and just repeat stuff and not even realize it was bad, and then I would get in trouble. And now, as a mom, when my kid goes to school and say different things, so bad. She was boo-hoo crying.
You still do that, Kevin?
My mama in the hospital, and I don't know what's wrong with her. And she was crying, and the little boy said, I'm going to tell your mama you're doing all this crying. And then she started crying more.
Oh, damn.
But what would you tell me for like I was down and destitute to the hospital? Why would you tell them that?
Because they needed to know. Hey, Black Beauty said, BBG, she could have met a ghost at the park named Earl, man.
Whatever. First of all, why would she ever think that I would be at a park with a man named Earl? First of all, that is such a gross name. It sounds like something you do.
I ain't never met a cool nigga named Earl in my life. Never.
No way.
Not even the old ones. I know a younger Earl. He not even but they don't call him Earl though. So I can't even. Yeah, his name is Earl, but he a junior, EJ. But nobody call him Earl though. So I don't even count that one. I never met a cool Earl.
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you guys my aunt and my uncle's name. You thought her aunt's name was crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys my uncle's name, and I'm going back here to work. So I know they probably think I lost my mind. But look, so on my father's side, my grandmother on my father's side had 10 kids, right? So her last two was a set of twins. So she couldn't think of names for them. So what she ended up naming them was sister, SISTAA, and brother, BROTHA. So their real name was sister and brother. So we called them auntie sister and uncle brother.
That makes sense. My grandma was not, well, that wasn't her name, but they called my grandma sister for sure.
What?
That was their biological name.
On the birth certificate?
On the birth certificate. She asked her why. Why did you know? She said I was tired. I couldn't think of no more names. I think they'll always be each other's brother and sister.
She punished them kids. She punished them kids for being her last kids.
Yes, she did.
She punished them.
She named sister. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
Yeah. What's her real name?
Swear to God, yes. She was my favorite aunt too. She passed. She had cancer. But yeah, her name
did too. And I always said that they didn't have a chance at a good life because of how she named them. But I always said
give me that name.
Okay, but both of them not living no more. Both of them died in the
Grandma ain't
street.
here.
None alive in the streets.
Oh man.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
All right, Sam.
I wonder if there's a science to that, like to naming your kids specific things and them having specific personalities. Because everybody that I've
They say it is.
Yeah, with an auntie named sister or anything like that, like they all pretty much act the same. And my grandma was like, I don't want to say she was cutthroat, but she was a little cutthroat, like very alcoholic-y. But like super, super suave, super cool. She's the only woman I know that every time I see a picture of her, she had like some super balling suit. Like she dressed like, how do I put this? She looked kind of like Viola Davis, but dressed like, what's that man from Sweetback, that blaxploitation movie? Dang, it's called like Badass Sweetback something. I can't think of the name of it. But she literally dressed like, or the Mac, I guess would be a better explanation.
Coleman Domingo, nah. Coleman Domingo be having that shit on though, but
super fly.
That's a fly. That nigga fly as shit. He fly to fly shit.
Viola Davis dressed like Superfly, drove cars like Shaft.
That's cool.
Screaming. Like it makes. I mean, if you know me, it makes sense. That would be my rapper. Like, sure, that makes sense. She never liked staying with no dudes. Never. She was the only woman I know of back then, at least, that like she would just break up with guys just because he laughed weird.
My granny never had a boyfriend when I was.
She had boyfriends, but she would get tired of them real fast.
My granny never. That's how I asked my granddaddy what must have been. That nigga left her in the 70s, and that woman never got another man ever. So I was born. I'm 43, so you know she never had a boyfriend. She wasn't. My mama she was like, I ain't never seen your granny with a man. So
I believe that. I told you that's the thing, because men be underestimating how annoying they be as husbands. And for a lot of women, even women who had good husbands, though, truth be told, because I honestly, Lord forbid, please don't let nothing happen to my husband. But I cannot ever imagine myself like being married to nobody. No, absolutely not.
Being married to somebody else?
Trick niggas off and use them for money. Like that's it.
I wouldn't get remarried.
I would have to sell them for their body.
I don't think I would either.
I love being married, but I'm not getting remarried though. I'm good.
Yeah.
No.
Miss
I wouldn't date for years.
Phil mama named her after her, and she said it was because she was tired too. She said they was asking me what the name gonna be, and I just gave them my name.
Oh, Junior. Yeah, my mama a Junior.
But she didn't put Junior though.
I know women don't do that, but my mama a Junior though. Yeah.
What should have did?
Yeah, my mama a Junior.
What should have did it? There should definitely be two of me.
Change the name.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to my daughter about that when she get home.
It's a middle name. My middle name is my daddy's first name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, hey, he an asshole, but I ain't gonna even hold you. My first name, I like it together. I don't like the middle. I don't never call me by my middle name. That shit to get me.
You have a name that fits you.
I know that. I like my first name, but I'm saying I like it when I don't technically have a middle name. It's all one name. It's hyphenated. My
daddy made up his middle name
by itself.
Literally, he just started writing it on stuff. Cesare. He just started writing it on stuff.
Oh, that's a dope name, Cesare.
Yeah,
that's
he just started writing it on stuff. I have not. And then my poor sister, Mama, named her child after him. So my sister, obviously is named Desiree, which is a super common name, but she didn't know that wasn't like his actual, because he didn't have a middle name he didn't have a name when he was born, but he definitely didn't have a middle name.
Mm-hmm.
But if I didn't know your name, Pub, I wouldn't think that was your name.
Why not?
Like you look like
There we go. Jesse.
No, like that, or like a Mike. You look like you could
Mike.
Yeah, you look like you could be
a commoner name. Mike.
Jamal. You like a Jamal.
Jamal.
You look like your name might be Will. Your daddy name Big Will. You Little Will, but you taller than your daddy. Like that's what it gives.
Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot your name.
This crazy.
He said definitely Jamal. See, I know what I'm talking about.
This crazy. Quincy. Y'all saying anything now. Y'all just throwing out any name.
If you didn't know my name, what did you think my name would be?
What your name is?
You did not think my name would be. We ain't got no creativity.
No, it would be something like it. If it ain't that, it'd be something like it. It wouldn't be no like Lisa or nothing like that. Well, you is, you know what?
Monica.
Aaron.
Aaron.
You give me an Aaron. I know, yeah. You give me Aaron with an E, yeah. You give me Aaron vibe. Definitely. That just
I just put your name in the chat.
I look like a Derek, man.
Not you, K. I'm talking about Pub.
Hold on. Well, I can't do it right now. I'll do it when I get up.
It should show you just the preview. No, it don't show you.
And it pop up. I might have missed it. That y'all hear that alarm?
Little Daryl.
Daryl, see?
Yeah, little Daryl. Terrell.
Wait a minute. Now.
See? Look, BBG about to step in now. She said, wait, you done went too far.
Back on up.
Nah, man. My name, I would have a hood name because my brother and my sister got a hood name. So I would have a hood name.
Little Daryl.
That's not a hood name.
It's one piece.
Daryl is a white man's name. I wouldn't have a white man's name. Oh, Lil Daryl? I might have Lil Daryl, yeah. Lil Daryl might. Yeah. No, you said, I thought you were saying Little Daryl, yeah.
No, I said Little Daryl.
Yeah. I wouldn't have my sister's name is Myosha. And my brother's name is Romar.
BPG gives me a Keisha or a Shar. I can see Shar.
I'm Shar something.
Shar.
My alias when I was a little kid, I created an alias when I was like 5 or 6.
Hold on. Kay, your name is Star. With 2 R's. Yep. You like a star with 2 R's.
You know what? Maybe though.
A star with 2 R's. Definitely you. For sure.
Actually, who is that? Black person.
Actually.
Black her.
You definitely could pull off a star with 2 R's. Somebody said Sharkeisha. Don't do it, girl. It ain't worth it.
They finna dox the hell out of us, but my roommate name was Dashika. I ain't even lying.
Shamika. I know a lot. When I say a lot, I know maybe 3 girls named Shamika, maybe more. Oh, Shanika. I know a Shanika. Shaniqua. No, Shamika too.
Yeah, I got a cousin named Shamiqua.
Shamiqua? I don't know. I know Shamika, Shaniqua. Yeah.
It's very on brand because she lives in the South Bronx. Like, very on brand for, you know. If you're going to be named Shamiqua, you should probably live in New York. Like, for sure.
Or Kay, you could be Aaliyah. I'm thinking about all the light-skinned girls I knew growing up. They names was...
Giving me these boring names. I don't want to be no Ashley or no Danielle. Did anybody mute the other girl that said that? Hold on.
These are all the light-skinned girls that I knew. These are their names growing up. Star, Aisha, Aaliyah. These are all the light-skinned girls I knew. I don't know why light-skinned girls always had different names. I was like, what the fuck? That shit is crazy. It was like they had like a...
They ain't have to care because they was light-skinned.
Ashley also is a light-skinned girl name, by the way.
So why would somebody get that to me? Like, Monique. Oh my God, no.
Light-skinned Keisha. Yep.
Wow.
Definitely light-skinned girl.
My alias as a kid that I created, and my parents was from Canada, and obviously Cisco is my dad. I've never let go of that. But my alias was Tynesha.
Tynesha?
I used to tell people that was my name all the time.
So they call you Tiny?
My parents was from Canada.
They call you Tiny for short.
No, they would still call me Tynesha. Like, they would call me by the full.
Damn.
Whole cousin named Tynesha.
That's me. That's why.
Valley said it was hella light-skinned Michaela's. It was hella light-skinned Michaela's. That's close to K shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that shit is. They just be looking, they be like, your name is they just give you a name.
Somebody said light skin and dark skin Keishas are two different Keishas.
Definitely, and I know a lot of I know a lot of both. Yeah, they all be pretty though. I ain't never met an ugly Keisha.
That's true.
I ain't never met an ugly Keisha. Every Keisha I know cute.
Yeah, my best friend is Lakeisha.
She got good skin, don't she?
She bright skin, and she about that business shit. She pretty.
I know she is.
Precious, yeah. I know a few girls named Precious. Hey, but y'all, I gotta go. I'm about to go get my baby.
Getting on my nerves. Time to go.
I didn't use E-name out of respect, but that's another light-skinned person name. I'll be all the light-skinned girls. I know so many. All the light-skinned girls got the same fucking 8 names. I'm like, damn, how y'all got the same fucking name, man? That shit crazy. Yes, sirski. Good times, good times. We did it, Joe. Shout out to the tappers, yappers, and super chatters, man. Love y'all for real, man. Holding it down, man. We about to go. We gonna go get my baby. Shout out to the best minds in the business. Shout out to the best minds in the business. All the old subs, all the new subs, everybody that joined the panel. Haters come back tomorrow. Y'all know what it is, man. Bang the cash app one time on the way out, if you can. If you can. I know we in a bit of a recession. $1 a do though. You know what I'm saying? $1 a do. We'll take $1. You know what I mean? Everybody kick in, drop a little dollar in there. Preston, nah, hell no. Y'all think I'm a fucking square bear from Delaware? I'm a whole hood nigga. What are y'all talking about? I'm a project baby. You talking about Preston? You tripping? Preston? Never. My homie's names was Saquon, Marcio, Marnello, Jawan. We had no goddamn regular ass names. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what y'all talking about. Appreciate you, Reese. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. That's crazy. Oh, nah, that's somebody's name in here. But hey, BBG, your name could be Asia. Yep, you look like an Asian for sure. Thanks, Front Porch Gardener. Appreciate you. Man, that was funny. Oh, somebody said Asia. The Asia. Why you adding the DE before the Asia? Nah, man, that's crazy. Christina, I appreciate you. The Asia is crazy now. Come on now. Marquise. Man, all the Marquises I know was bad. Them niggas was bad. Them niggas sucked their thumbs when they was like 13 years old. I don't know about Marquise. Lenasia. Melinda, appreciate you. Lenasia? What? What are y'all talking about, man? Appreciate you, Captain. What are y'all talking about? Dominic? Man. I'm happy y'all didn't name me. All of y'all Mercedes, definitely that's K. K also, Mercedes, for sure. Appreciate you, Regina. Hey. Mike with the gap. You know why you had to say that? Because it's too many mics, nigga. Fuck that. Hell no. Darnell never. Darnell also bad nigga. You ain't never met a nigga named Darnell that didn't go to detention at least once a week. You never saw it in your life. Darnell or Marquise. Never. Josh, maybe. Hey, that was supposed to be my name. My name was supposed to be Alexander. That was the other name. Yep. Cyrus said the jail full of Darnells. Hey, man, come on, dude. That shit crazy. Andre, yeah. I could be a Dre. I could have been a Dre. I couldn't have been Anthony. I could have been the Anthony. I could have been the Anthony. Yeah. Not an Anthony, though. Not a straight Anthony. The Anthony, yeah. I could have been a D Anthony, though. Bryce? I don't like that. That was supposed to be my name. It was supposed to be Alexander. I didn't say I like the name. What the fuck? The Anthony is awful. The Anthony is, hey, what the fuck? I'd have been tight. I feel like if my name was DeAnthony, I'd have probably played college football. That's what I feel like. If my name was DeAnthony, I'd have probably made it play college football, I think. Taekwon. Definitely not Deshaun. That's why I name my babies the most regular man. They got some millennial white niggas names. Lennox and Jackson. Jackson got 3 first names. As his super. Well, Jackson Carter. Lennox got a cool middle name, though. The middle name, Bodie. We call a nigga Bodie Boy. Because his granddaddy called him Bodie Boy. Trayshawn. That's a tight name. Trayshawn, a tight name. I like that name. Trayshawn, tight as fuck. If I was a little lighter, I could have been Dejan. Yep. If I was a little bit lighter, like a little bit lighter, I could have been Dejan. Tonight it said, I've hated Darnells ever since light skin and dark skin Darnell on Girlfriends. Tresden. That's a tight ass name too. Tresden? I like that name. Yeah, nah, if I was a little bit, it's certain names you gotta be a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a certain shade, certain skin tone. Ain't got nothing to do with their personality or nothing. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's the parents. Like when they see a light-skinned child or a dark-skinned child or whatever, they feel like they got a name. They gotta give it a fitting name. I'm like, nigga, stop. We need more cross. Lawrence, never. Malachi. I could have been a Malachi. A Malik, maybe. Devon. I could have been a Devon because that's an artist name. Jaden, Aiden, light skin. Yep. Jackson, light skin. Yep. Lennox, light skin. These are all lights. That's what I'm saying. You see the pattern? I already know. I don't know what it is. I'm a victim. I'm a victim, brother. I'm a victim. Blake, never. Blake, never. Never. Never, ever. Micah. Micah, a cold-ass name. Micah, a cold-ass name. Hell yeah. Micah, a cold-ass name. That's a vicious name. I always love the name Micah. Always. Yeah, Blake light skin or white skin, for sure. It's the Blake that be here, though. He not even light skin. He the only Blake I know that ain't light skin. Lamangelo. I'm out of here, man. Y'all crazy as fuck. LaMangelo.